Hi everybody, this is Fox Nomad, and today I wanted to take a look at some of the questions that you've sent me. I recently got some questions on YouTube in the comments, and coincidentally at the same time I got very similar questions in my inbox and through messages. People had sent me, I don't know if September is the time for freelancing or thinking about freelancing. That seems to be the question that came up the most in the last couple of weeks. So I wanted to answer a few of those questions. I have them down here in front of me. I could hold them up in this book or an iPad or something. It look cool, but I'm not going to do that. First question is, where do I work? Well, that depends on where I am. I pretty much have everything set up so I can work from anywhere in the world as long as I have a Wi-Fi connection, since most of my business is online. And when I tell people this, they find it somewhat discouraging because they think or they assume that, because my background is in computers and I'm working on a computer, that you need to have a computer set of skills, programming or IT or something like that, to work online, which isn't really the case. It's sort of like when you drive to work every day. You don't need to be an expert in a car. The car is a tool which gets you to the place where you work. And it's the same thing with the computer with me, although I do programming and things like that. But for the most part, you don't need to be a computer expert or a programmer to make a business online. The second question is, how do you make money online? How would I make money online? Okay, so the answer to that question is, first, solve the first problem first, which is do something that you love and something that you're passionate about. Worry about the money in the second part. If you try to figure out a way to make money first and then set up a business around that, you're most likely going to fail and you're going to be chasing different ways to make money. If there was a set way to make money aside from a traditional job, of course, then everybody would do that and it would be really easy to start your own business or work freelance. The hard part is finding something that people will give you money for. I mean, that's the real question you need to ask yourself. Like, why would anybody give you money? If you try to answer the question with, how can I figure that out? Like, how can I get somebody to give me money? Forget about that part in the beginning. You're starting at zero anyway, so it's better to focus on what makes you unique. What can you make, which is really important. What can you give? What kind of service can you provide? What can you contribute that's different and unique that people will pay you money for? So start there and then worry about monetizing it or making money off of it, the second part, because it's very, very difficult, at least in my experience, to predict how you will make money. There's a lot of trial and error that's going to happen with your work. And when you don't have to worry about making money in the beginning, whether if you're doing it as a side job first, you've got a traditional job. If you don't have to worry about making money, then you're free to create and do everything you want. Find something you love, find something you can make, find a service you can provide, figure out how you're different than everybody else and work with your given talents and skill sets or develop some new ones. Third question is, what is your daily schedule?
A cup of coffee in the morning.
All right, so now this is something that's a question that's very interesting for me, because most of the people who go online to do freelance work or start their own business don't like structure. It's sort of the one of the reasons that you leave a traditional job and do your own thing is that you don't like structure, and that's where many people fail and go wrong. Aww. So they'll leave their job, they'll try to do something to make money online, and then they'll fail. Aww. Because they'll realize how much work it is when you go off to do your own business. It's more, I would say it's definitely more work in most cases than working a traditional office job. Aww. So it's not that you're leaving structure to do your own business, it's more that you are leaving somebody else's structure to create your own structure, which you want to do. You need to find a routine, both for yourself, because it's much more difficult. You're not going to have a boss talking over you, which is not a nice way to talk about bosses, actually. They're not all bad. You're not going to have somebody there to make sure that you're on time. You're not going to have your own schedule set for you. So it's very important that you set your own schedule. So the next question is, how do I work and travel? Okay, well, that's sort of answered in the first question, which is I just really need a good internet connection to work. A lot of people, what they do is they try to combine too much of traveling and working. When you are working, you cannot really be traveling. And when you're traveling, you can't really be working. So they kind of take from each other. So when you're out sightseeing, you're not doing work. And when you're working, you're not out sightseeing. That whole thing of people sitting at the beach on a hammock and like typing away, that doesn't, nobody does that. All right, and this question from 13 Clucky, that was left on my YouTube channel. Will I visit Ukraine? I have visited Ukraine. I would be happy to go back. I wouldn't go back to all the places I was. I was in Donetsk about a few days before the airport was destroyed. A pretty crazy story. I'll try to link to that here. I've not really talked about that, which was bizarre. I should probably make a video about that. So I hope you found this Q&A useful. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to ask in the comments below, and I might even make an entire video about it. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video or found it useful, please like it. And if you subscribe to the channel, that just makes me super happy and it encourages me to make more videos. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.
A cup of coffee in the morning.
And my memory card just cut out. So what was I saying?